what's your first thoughts?
Just a great hockey game. You know, I mean, could have gone either way. Loved our third period. Loved our resolve. You know, just didn't love how we managed pucks tonight. We knew they'd come hard on the forecheck, but we got to be a lot better going back for pucks and making harder plays tomorrow if we're gonna get another win. But just the slugfest, tons of resiliency from our guys, and just a huge win for the program.
The first 10 minutes of that second period, they get two. It felt like the ice was completely tilted their way. What did you tell your guys on the bench to get them back?
It was tilted, and, you know, and it was all really just mismanaging pucks and not making hard plays. And credit to our fourth line, you know, we put that together so they could get pucks in and forecheck and finish hits and give us energy and momentum, and they did that. Tucker had a couple big hits. Tony had an unbelievable forecheck where, you know, he got the crowd into it. The next shift we went up 3-2, and huge game out of those three.
What did Luke do tonight?
Luke was phenomenal. He was steady. He made big saves. He made the saves he was supposed to. You know, he was probably our best player tonight. And I challenged him. I challenged him after Duluth to win us a big game, and tonight he did. Really proud of him.
What did you think of the physicality tonight?
It was awesome. I thought we matched their physicality in every way, and I think a big reason for that was the fourth line, how it was constructed, and they bought into what they needed to do. But the other guys, I mean, you look like Cullen Potter was finishing checks and forechecking and had great stick. That was a man's game out there, and in my opinion, I think that was Potsy's best game of the season. He was dominant. He drove the play. He played the right way. He managed pucks. He played like a veteran tonight, and he was special for us.
Was he aware of how many eyeballs were on him tonight?
He's always aware. He's used to it by now, and he deals with the pressure so well, and really proud of the kid for his effort tonight.
You had said after Duluth you felt like he was just kind of gripping his stick. Did you talk to him this week that kind of loosened him up, or did he just find his way out of it?
No, I mean, you know, like, the kid drives the play. He generates chances. He gets chances. It's going to go in for him. Just keep at it. It's all about effort. And it's all about, you know, using his ability to skate, drive the play, and push teams back. And he did that tonight, probably better than he's done all season.
What does this do for your guys' confidence going into your final games?
I mean, I think it's big. You know, that's their first regulation loss that they've suffered in league play. They're a hell of a team, and we learned that the hard way tonight in a lot of different ways. And but we just said in the room, the job's half done. We want to get two this weekend. You know, get back in first place tomorrow and see what happens the rest of the way.
Can we expect to see Tucker on that forward bottom line again?
Yeah, he did his job so well tonight, you know, and we were just a little light up front when you know, when we have some of the other guys in, and with what they brought energy-wise and managing pucks and the bench energy those three give us, yeah, there'd be no reason to make a change.
Pat was great, but the guys in front of him almost blocked probably as many saves he made. What do you think about your game blocking in front of him?
Yeah, I mean, it's just selfless playoff hockey. That's where we're at right now, you know. And Pat was great. The D did a really good job blocking shots. Murch always does that. He does what he does, and that's why he's probably going to make a living playing this game.
I know you can't do anything about repair-wise, but it's unbelievable that you sit in the same spot after.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it is, but to be honest, like we gained a lot of ground, right? And while you may not see immediate, you know, an immediate jump, it's going to help us when it all comes down to the end of when that matters. This win's going to be big for us, and you know, it maybe didn't happen tonight, but the RPI and the margin between really us and 11 right now is minuscule. So a win tomorrow, you'll see some movement.
Coach, you talked about obviously your team playing with energy all year, but obviously the crowd tonight, I mean, the first two goals come quick, and just the electricity. I know, like you said, it fires you up, but just what does it do when you're on? How does it feel when you're on the bench and the crowd's going crazy?
It's incredible, you know. I mean, I've been here for 17 years, you know, and you go back to where we all started at Oceanside, and you know, it was such a small barn with low ceilings, and you couldn't hear the crowd at Oceanside because the noise went into the glass, right? But sometimes you still have to pinch yourself, you know, if you've been around this program for as long as I have. And I have guys that I played with here tonight, guys that have never been to a game of Mullet, and they're just blown away. The crowd was incredible. Our fans have been incredible all year, and we owe our fans an even better effort tomorrow. We owe our fans another win, and then obviously, you know, we're looking good to potentially obviously host the playoff series and play in front of them again.
What did you think about Ty Jackson's game tonight?
Ty was, I gave him the Warrior Award. He was unbelievable. He drove play. He went to the net. He was a great leader. We put him on the kill. He was aggressive and great on the kill. He was fantastic.
Charlie Sheen, another healthy scratch tonight. What's the status of the team moving forward?
I mean, again, I just want to be heavy. I want to be heavy, and we got a lot of light skill guys up there, and right now we don't need. I think we got plenty of skill to win games, and the decision tonight to get heavy was the right decision, and it's that simple.
Can we expect to see him with the team moving forward in future games?
I don't know. I mean, anyone that was out tonight, you can expect to maybe see. But we just beat Western Michigan with the lineup we had, and we're proud of those guys.
So it was just a performance-based thing. You wanted to get heavier.
Yeah. You got any more questions about that? Sure. Okay.
You mentioned wanting a better performance, and puck management was one of the things you talked about. But what does a better performance look like tomorrow night? What do you
You're just being hard going back for pucks. They're such a good forechecking team, and they come so hard at you. You have to just make hard plays, and sometimes it's just living to fight another day. And our guys, you want to get cute against this team, like they're going to make you pay. And that was their second goal. We have possession going into the zone. We get it down below the hash where we want to possess it and start to set up shop and make plays. We go behind the back. They tip it out of the zone, and then we make a soft play at the defensive blue, and it's in the back of our net. You have to manage pucks, and you have to make hard plays against these guys. And sometimes it's not going to be tic-tac-toe. It's not going to be cute. Cute hockey's not going to work. You just got to make hard plays and live to fight another day.
To beat a very high-caliber team, what's the immediate feeling afterwards?
Go ahead.
It's great, we're super excited about it, but at the end of the day, it's all about validation. We beat a good team, but we got to prove it tomorrow.
Once, you do it once, anybody can beat somebody. One time in hockey, it's beauty hockey, anybody can beat anybody, but you do it twice, then you're really solidifying it.
Luke, it looked like you were seeing the puck really well. How'd you feel your game was?
Felt good, for sure. Had a good week of practice, a lot of help, just talking over stuff with Gibby, the other goalies, whatnot, and just preparing for this game, being dialed in. It's coming down to playoff hockey right now. That's the mindset, and that's what it's got to be.
Guys were blocking countless shots in front of you.
Definitely.
What did you see out of your boys in front?
I was thinking I'm hugging every single one of them, or trying to get to all of them when I went back in the locker room. They, you guys see me make saves, but I hope people see that too, like you just said. Those blocks are big time. Those are, like I said, that's playoff hockey. That's how you win hockey games, and that's what we did tonight.
Yeah, they almost had as many as you did.
Yeah, literally.
Even though those blocks are happening, that's still a lot of activity for a goal. I think they had over 90 shot attempts in this game.
Yeah.
So, do you like being in a game where you have that much activity?
They're a high volume team, which
Yeah.
we were told coming into it. And when I first started my college career, that's how it was for me. And I like that because it gets you in the game right away. I mean, obviously, 45, 40 shots, whatever it is, it seems like a lot. But as a goalie, you're kind of liking it because you stay in the game, you stay dialed, you stay ready. I mean, even same thing when it's a 20-shot game, whatnot. But kind of keeps you in it a little bit more. I would say, yeah.
And you guys, obviously, they're a tough team, but you get those 2 goals pretty quick. I mean, what was kind of the feeling on the ice? And you feel them, not that they're going to get frustrated, you feel they were a little frustrated when you guys got those 2 goals quick?
No, they're just a really good team, and they know how to play from behind. When you're as deep as we are and they are, you know how to come back in games, and they've been successful all year. Being down after the first and being down after the second. So kind of going into the locker room, it was kind of keep a positive mentality and not to change our game and not to get too cute, if that makes sense. Kind of stick to what he said, stick to the playoff hockey brand and to not kind of stray from what works. So I think that'd be the biggest thing. Going with the lead, I think we have to be better with it. I think we came out a little soft in the second period and we didn't really play to our caliber and our standards.
I was going to say, so outside the first 10 minutes, as Coach mentioned in the second period, but overall, do you feel, obviously you guys stayed in control, but how do you feel that you matched their physicality?
I think we did a really good job. I think our fourth line really led the charge with that, and I think kind of up and down our lineup, we fed off it a little bit, and I think there's always room to get better with that too. I think you could always be more physical, you could always be harder on pucks, you could always be stronger on sticks, you could always be better on draws. So there's a lot of things to take away from this game. So.
I want to hear both your guys' opinion. Western Michigan, they're big, they're physical, but I felt like they had a lot of speed. What was that speed like to play against?
They're very fast off transition, kind of similar to us. They kind of stretch 3 guys at the blue line, and they just look to catch teams off guard. And they got guys that can rip the puck. They'll snap it up on you when you're not expecting it. They'll come in and rip a shot, and it's in the back of the net. So kind of for us, being able to slow their speed down and create turnovers to feed our team speed, I think is the key to beat a team of that caliber.
Yeah, and they were finding a lot of seam passes too, which we do too as well. So it's kind of looking in a mirror in a sense, but and they're stretching the puck a lot, really pushing our D back, which we try to do as well, getting the puck up ice as quick as possible, quick transition. So it's nice because in practice it's the same way, and it's nice when practice is like that. When you practice hard, it makes games easy.
You guys know that it's down to the nitty-gritty. You know the situation at this point. What is the messaging? What's the approach? These games all meaning so much.
Playoff hockey. We keep saying it over and over. It's playoff hockey. There's no more room for error. We have to start playing like every game is elimination game at this point. Because when the elimination game does come, we can't be unprepared. So it's having that mentality every night.
It's the only way to put it, really.
Kyle, a couple weeks ago you said you guys believe you're one of the best, if not the best teams in the country. What does this win do to you?
Like I said, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. But it's all about validation, and we got to validate that win now. We have to prove it. We have to prove that we are one of the best teams in the country by validating this win with another win.
How do you do that going forward?
We just got to keep playing to our standard, keep playing fast, keep playing strong, and just play to our standard. If we let teams beat us in our own game, we just can't let it happen.
Luke, you said obviously giving the defenders, players hugs for blocking shots. You guys came into this match of leading the conference in blocks. I know obviously as a goalie can create some crazy ricochets and traffics, but when you're seeing teams get shots off and it's constantly getting blocked, do you feel that's kind of later on driving them to shoot wide, shoot crazy because they're just not getting anything through the middle?
Yeah, in a sense. There was a lot of point shots that they were aiming to shoot wide, I could tell, which is a smart play. We do the same thing. When you got nothing, kind of got to make a play, right? And you're not just going to throw it at their shins and whatnot. So you're trying to put it behind the net, get a play going, and that's what they did as well. But we were really good at fronting pucks, sticks on pucks, getting the body in front of the lanes, and it worked really well tonight.
Luke, with about 4 minutes left, there was that net front scramble for Western Michigan. It seems like you made probably 30 saves. What was going through your head in that moment?
That was total mess up by me. I totally missed my post on the left side. I came across sitting on my butt, and thankfully the kid shot it right at my pad because the top of the net was open, and just tried to get my pad down. You always got to try to make a save, right? And that was the goal, and all these guys start swarming in. You guys see a bunch of white jerseys, which is great because they don't want to let it go on. They'll stop a shot just like me. So it was great to see. It's a little hectic, but we got through it and we got the win.
And then Kyle, a lot of the dialogue going into this series was that you guys had to be relentless to beat a team like Western Michigan. You guys went toe-to-toe, matched their physicality. What do you think of your relentlessness?
I think it's I think it's a work in progress. We've kind of been building it throughout the year. There's times we'd have it, and then other times we don't have it. Relentless is consistency. It's consistently relentless all the time, and I think we've built it over the time in the last couple of weeks. I think it's just a matter of sticking to it.
Can you walk us through what happened on that 185-foot putt for the empty net goal?
Yeah, their face-off structure, they don't have a guy in the middle, and I lost the first face-off, and I was like, I just need to change it up, and I saw that the middle of the ice was open. I was like, whatever, I'll just punt it and see what happens. And the coach was screaming at me to shoot it on the bench, and I just shot it, and I got some puck luck.
So you did get a piece of it off that face-off?
Oh yeah, I think I got it at least 5 feet off the ground, and then kind of took a nice bounce. So
Good roll, eh?
yeah, I guess green was on my side.
Yeah.